Alright, so my last video, the unboxing I did, I know was probably like the worst unboxing video ever, but I wasn't really doing it to show you all the things. I was just going to describe all the things that was in the box for the starter kit. The main point of that was just to show you guys that I just got my ukulele, because my thing is I want to do like progress videos, and this way you know that I just recently got my ukulele and it's the first one that I own, so you know where I'm starting from. I don't know if you could hear it, but there's some stuff in the background, so hopefully all this doesn't get drowned out. But here's the ukulele. It comes with this strap that you can hang through the actual hole, the sound hole, in the starter kit, and you just kind of put it on like this. They have the Bondi BT10 tuner, which is pretty awesome. As you can see, you can tune it to different frequencies. I have mine set to 432 Hertz. The Bondi instruction manual will tell you that 440 Hertz is the best for the ukulele, but I like the 432 Hertz concept for how it's been shown to help structure water and things like that. If you're familiar with Dr.Emoto's experiments where he freezes water. Here I'm changing different instruments. You could set it for different things. I don't know what they all stand for. C might be cello, that might be guitar, G, and that, not really sure what that is. That could be violin, but I know that U here is for ukulele according to the instruction manual. I tried to read or find more information on the various things that this Bondi BT10 can tune up, but I really couldn't find much information about it, and the instruction manual only mentions that the U stands for ukulele because it came with a ukulele starter kit. And so you can press, there's two different buttons on the back here. I'm pressing this one here, the A4, to change the frequency of what the A4 is. And it has a pretty good range of what your A4 would be, and then you don't have to mess with anything else. Once that A4 is set, then it's also going to tune the other strings accordingly. And that's just the way I like mine. I want to keep mine on A4, and of course on ukulele, because that's literally the only instrument that I own. It's the only stringed instrument that I've owned in like 10 years. So there's the Bondi BT10 clip-on tuner and how that works, and how you can set up your A4 to be 432 Hertz if you're really interested in that classical tuning frequency. And this stand that I showed you before, it's pretty cool because if you're taking it with you someplace, you can collapse it so it fits to a small size. You pop it open like this. You could open one leg at a time if you want to various different angles if you're on like uneven terrain or whatnot. So that's a good thing. I just keep this stand just to have my ukulele just always ready to play, so I can just practice at a moment's notice if I have some downtime. And here's the Bondi itself. Now you get to see it in daylight. It's a beautiful thing. It's pure mahogany and has Nile gut strings from Aquila. It's a pretty nice looking thing. And on the back here, as I mentioned before, there's those closed gear tuners. And really, this thing keeps its tune pretty well. I mean, it is brand new, so I do tune it like every day. But I also play it a couple times a day for like 15 minutes or so. And actually, it's not ever far off in tune. I tune it pretty quickly. So it actually keeps its tune pretty well, so not bad. Now the ukulele comes with this pretty cool looking case. There's different varieties. I intended to get one that was just pure black, but this design isn't bad. You can either wear it like a backpack, or where you carry it like a suitcase. And then there's a little side pocket to hold things. There's a little note that's meant to appear as though it's handwritten from the founders or whatnot of the company. You could tell looking at the texture though that it was probably handwritten at some point and then that handwriting was copied. It's not like the guy's writing 50,000 notes. And it comes with the cleaning cloth, which I haven't used yet. I think the instructions tell me to clean my ukulele every time I'm done using it. And then there's this little bag to hold all sorts of cool things that you have. Let me show you what those things are again. So before I showed you, there's like this book, and it comes with a place marker for your book that's labeled as 18 karat gold, so it's coated in 18 karat gold, which is nice. That's a good bookmark. And it comes with several, like, you know, chords to different songs. Starts some very simple ones that only have 2 chords. Has a little puzzle there, and a bunch of little basic stuff about like general things, like even how to use a pick, how to hold the pick. Speaking of picks, I'll just get right to that too. I was talking about these felt picks. They give you like a bag of them, and this one's felt, and when I read up on it in the book that comes with it that I just showed you, the explanation is that these picks will give you kind of like a pick sound. So you know how if you use your fingers it's a little different than a pick, but it's also a soft material that won't damage your ukulele or ruin the finish or anything, so that's a good thing. So you can play without worrying about like scratching up your instrument and just keep it in better shape longer. They come with these nylon strings, a spare set, so if you break one you can replace them. There's the chord stamp that I showed you before, and here's a closer look on what it looks like once it's stamped. You can see it doesn't stamp exactly straight or anything, so that's the only improvement I would suggest, is that they square off this end here instead of making it round, because no matter how I try to orient it I can't seem to get it straight. But at least it makes it easy to stamp the fretboard design down and write down chords that you're going to be using for future reference and for studying. Speaking of chords, there's a chord chart that it comes with that I currently have posted on my wall, and it has a lot of chords, so if you're ever looking up a song and it shows you a chord you're unfamiliar with, you could just look at that, and then would be a good time, maybe if you have it down on a piece of paper, to use the chord stamp and just kind of put those down, or you can hand write the chord stamps. This is what those picks look like, by the way. They come like several of them in a little packet like this. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that that there is in the starter kit. So that's a better, closer look for you guys. So hopefully this video is more detailed and more useful to you if you are thinking about getting the Bondi starter kit, and if you wanted to know what things look like. There's plenty of videos out there, but I figured I should do a better job for you guys, so I just redid the explanation of everything that's in it for you guys. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because in a couple weeks, maybe less than a couple weeks, I'll be doing my first progress video, my 1-month progress. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.